Hello my awesome and curious sailors, once again Martina from Argentina reporting from my quarantine cabin. Thank you so much for all the support on my last video. I know everyone is super excited to know everything about my contract, what position I'm in and what ship I'm on. I just wanted to make sure I had all the information because I don't want to spread any more false information before I talk to you guys. And before we go into that, I have a lot of footage from the airport, the airplane, when I arrived to Barbados, in my hotel, and all the way up until I walked through the gangway, and I want to share that with you before I start with all the details. There's some extra tips over there and I hope it answers some questions about what it's like to travel with COVID-19, but trust me, it's nothing too much out of the ordinary. So let's go right into it and I'll see you back here. Bueno, ignoremos mi falta de maquillaje y mi atuendo porque hashtag aeropuerto, pero como verán no hay absolutamente nadie y solo pueden entrar los que viajan, así que bueno, me dejaron en la puerta y me pidieron mi pasaporte y mi reserva de vuelo para comprobar que yo estaba viajando y el único vuelo que saliera era el mío, que es esa fila que hay allá, así que hice el check-in súper rápido, dejé mis valijas y me avisaron que para ir a Barbados necesitaba el PCR, simplemente de modo informativo, pero todo súper tranquila, ¿verdad? Tengo que mostrar esto. Este vuelo no tiene pantallas, pero te conectas al wifi, abrís esto y pones el celu acá o el iPad si tenés más grande y podés ver pelis gratis con el wifi. Tenés hasta USB. ¿No es genial? we are again. Thank you so much for watching that, and let's recap a little bit what we know so far. So apparently no ships will be sailing this year, but if we stop and think, actually next year is right around the corner. In more or less 2 months we will have ships sailing again, but of course the rule of thumb is that bigger ships will be sailing first to allow for social distancing, and we know already that the Navigator is getting ready for trial cruises. What does this mean? Well, actually a lot of crew members have been quarantined in Miami in hotels waiting to be approved to go on board the Navigator for these test cruises. Unfortunately, I heard some news that some were not allowed to board because only minimum manning crew are allowed right now, but they will see to approve them soon so we can start with the tests. The Mariner is also planned to be joining these first cruises, but I have to say I'm in neither of those ships. I am actually on board the Serenade of the Seas. And I know that sounds confusing. Well, it was confusing for me as well, especially because I'm actually a broadcast technician. That means I am not part of the minimum manning crew, as I am part of the entertainment team. And this is why I didn't want to share anything before I knew, because I didn't want to create speculation about what teams are being called, what positions, and to what ships. Before the extension of the cancellations, I thought, okay, if I am being called, then it must mean that some cruises will be restarting soon, perhaps before the end of the year. Now I clearly know that that's not gonna happen, and I actually just found out that supposedly I'm here to replace my head broadcast technician, which is actually a minimum manning position. And no, it's not because I wanted to sell you fake news on my contract. I literally did not know. So the advice I gave you in the last video, totally true. We don't know what to expect of our contracts, but still I want to share with you how the ship is going to look like in minimum manning, because a lot of people are going to be called to assist in this strange period of time. And I will share, of course, with you all the news I get and all the steps that we're going to be taking to be ready to be back to sailing with guests, because all ships are going to have to go through a lot of phases, and many will be asked to be joining earlier than guests to get the ships ready. So I've been getting a lot of questions about what positions are being called again and what ships. And for example, I heard that the cast of the Navigator was already quarantined and waiting to go back on board. So clearly I think nobody is going to be left behind. Once cruise ships are back to sailing with guests, all positions will be called more or less at the same time, and as I said, a little bit early to get the ships ready. So I know this is a surprise, it is also for me, and I'm glad to be sharing it with all of you there. I want to answer as many questions as I can from on board. My next video will be about all the paperwork, because a lot of people have been asking me more details about how I filled those paperwork, about renewing a lot of documents. But please leave in the comments below and in any of my social media on Facebook and on Instagram any questions that you might have that I can try to find out from here. Again, thank you so much for being with me through this process. I'm gonna be sharing with you what it's like to be in quarantine and what it's like once I'm out, and hopefully we'll be sailing with guests in no time. Good luck to everyone. Remember, we will be back. Again, thank you so much for watching, and as always, stay curious. Bye bye.